Yo, what's up? We're live.
Hi.
Let's go. See, we could get her on camera. Good morning, beautiful people. The hardest working fish stream is back at it again. I drove 3 hours this morning. I'm gonna be in here filming, but of course we're gonna start with a live stream, a nice morning live stream. So walk around the fish room. You know, questions for a fish store owner. Now's your chance. But how are things going today?
I'm awake. It's a start.
It's definitely a start, being awake. There hasn't been like truckloads of fish coming in today. It's been, you know?
No. Thursdays, luckily, are a quiet day, so
Thursday?
you picked the perfect time to come.
All right. And what's up, Branton, William, Food 2? For people, and remind people as they come in, but for people coming in, Luis's online store is relatively updated. I think it is updated.
Yep.
So
Everything that's in is on there.
A fish you want us to hunt down, we're gonna go mobile here, okay? This is gonna be interesting. So just let us know. We're gonna walk around and look at fish, but yeah, nothing too crazy.
If you jump on the website and you don't see a picture, now's your opportunity to see what it looks like live in the tank.
Yeah. How much time does it take to?
Too much.
Like, how do you do like the retail side and the online updating?
So weekends by Sunday afternoon, pretty much all the orders are in. The night before, I'll get the receipt from the company or vendor, whatever is coming in. I throw everything in on the inventory. God forbid it comes in and it's DOA, I'll remove it,
Right.
as soon as the packages arrive.
Right.
If something needs to be quarantined longer, I'll take that off the inventory. By Thursday night, Friday morning, I have all the photos of the new stuff. I try to get that as updated as possible. There is a problem with Square. I'll put all the photos on there and then for some reason they disappear.
Right.
So that part sucks. But outside of that, it's just a lot of work. I fall asleep literally updating inventory almost every day.
Wow. Well, I mean, at least you have a good sleep aid. I mean, what time do you usually have to get in here to be ready?
I open, weekdays are 11 to 7, weekends are 11 to 6. I'm usually here no later than 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Usually don't leave until about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Feed the fish room about an hour before lights go out, and that takes a good hour and a half because there's a variety of everything.
William's first question, do you have any employees?
I have friends that work for me, so I have failed with employees, probably 13 employees over the 3 years that I've been here.
Keep talking,
but I have diehard friends that are in the hobby. They all have 9 to 5s, but that being said, they come in and they help. I'm very hands-on here at the shop. Call it OCD, control freak, whatever you want to call it, but I take care of all the water changes. I take care of anything that's sick. Everything runs on an independent system here. So if something is sick, like right now my swordtails are down, I mark the tank and that's it. Nobody's to touch it. We do our best not to cross-contaminate, but I really do trust my friends more so than staff members, and that's a horrible thing to say to a certain degree. But
so you hire your hobbyist friends.
Yes.
You hire as like.
Yes.
Contract.
You got it.
Yep.
Yep. I do have a manager. His name is Nate. He's awesome. He actually worked for Petco for 13 years, and he was my mentor. Like I was a hobbyist for 20 years. I didn't think I was going to get into the retail side. I had an opportunity to do this, so I took it and ran with it. But all the things that I didn't know as far as the retail side, that's what Nate was for. He's just an excellent human being. I rely on him. I don't take off very often, but if I do, he's the one person I trust to hand over the keys, and this place isn't going to burn to the ground without me.
So, I've heard a lot of people talk about working, like how many people get started in Petco, like in this industry? Like, is that a common
I want to say a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
no, a lot of people, even like the employees that I had, they started at Petco, PetSmart, Pet Supplies Plus.
So it's like a pod. It's not like, oh, Petco, I don't want to, like Petco's like a plus. You're like, oh, great, you got experience. Like,
Well, I think Petco people in general, like the employees, I think they get a bad rap because you can go to a Petco and yes, the person working, let's say in the fish department might be a reptile person, so they can't necessarily answer the question, but they're trying. If anything, I would say it's on corporate that corporate doesn't hire the right people for the right section, if that makes more sense.
All right.
It's not the employee's fault. But I can also say that I am a fish store. I am a 20-year veteran hobbyist. I don't have all the answers to all the questions either. It's a 50-50 split. There's customer accountability, and then there's also the employee's knowledge. I've had people ask me 30, 40 different questions about one fish in particular, and I'll spit out all 40 answers, and then the 41st answer I might not have, and now suddenly I'm uneducated and I don't know anything. And I don't think that's fair to anybody, you know, like, I don't know. I enjoy the research. It's kind of how I found your channel. You know,
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you were on a deep dive with Jody. I'm a Hillstream nut, and I wanted to learn more. I wanted to see what she knew. I wanted to see if she was a total fish geek like me when it came to Hillstream.
You got some? How many Hillstreams you got?
I think there's about 7 or 8 different types right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got some. Oh, Putu, I missed this. Putu Captain said, "Cheers, Luis. You look very pretty." There you go.
Oh God, I'm not a photogenic person, and I hate Nick for doing this.
She's been complaining so much about being on camera. Are these real plants down here?
Yes. Yeah.
This is like the desk that we're on right now.
It's a 125 that I'm slowly building out to be a paludarium. There'll be 2 river features, a pond in the center, but for now there's plants and it's cycling, and I'm not a big Danio fan, but that being said, there's longfin gold Danios running around in it just to keep it cycling.
All right. I'm going to get the phone cam up in a second, but Putu asked, Luis, do you keep any live food cultures?
So I had microworms, banana worms, Walther worms. I had them throughout the summer. It basically smelled like a bakery in here at one point or another. A lot of people weren't buying them, so I did get rid of them. But I carry live Daphnia. I have ghost shrimp for feeders, brine shrimp, live blackworm. I have tried to culture moina so many times, and I have failed every time. I have scuds.
The green one. Putu's Captain's Critters. So she's the one that does the Daphnia and green water a bunch. So you can appreciate. I mean, this is definitely a dark green.
Yeah, and I'm actually waiting on a delivery right now for more live foods. The gentleman that supplies the store, unfortunately, was supposed to be here on Tuesday. He couldn't make it. So I'm waiting on that.
You're supposed to tell me if I'm pointing at something that they can't see anything.
No, so far you're doing fine.
So now this will
get. Those are all my tubs of live foods.
This gives us the ability now, as we're talking, I could run off with the phone and go look at it, and then they could still see us in the corner. Putu said, glorious. Bear Brand said, I never understood why ghost shrimp are considered feeders when you breed near Caridina faster and far easier.
That's actually a really good observation, to be honest with you. I mean, I have a coal shrimp tub, and basically I do that with, forgive me for saying this, but a lot of people come in and say they breed shrimp, and you know, you're pulling culls if they're not actually line breeding for the right reasons. So I usually give coal shrimp to customers that tell me they can't keep neos alive. So I'll give them like a 5-pack of culls, ask them to come back.
A coal tank here.
Yeah, actually it's the last tub over there on the left.
Okay.
So I'll give them like a 5-pack of those guys, and
you put them all the way in the sad corner.
Yeah,
These are really the
coals. But they're in there and they're chilling. Don't look at the frog bit; that has to be thrown away.
Frog bit of shame.
He caught me on a day when not everything is done yet in the shop, but basically Monday through Friday morning is prepping everything to get through a weekend.
I love that you've dedicated the space to these long tanks. They're really cool.
Well, those are like. So the long story short about the shop is I had an opportunity to acquire this shop, and prior to having it, it's kind of where pet stores went to die. Sorry for saying it that way, but it was really run down. If I would have had a blank slate, I would have done a lot of low boys. I would have done a lot of rimless. So there's like spaces in the shop where that's kind of, it represents what I like. And then the rest of the shop is the area and space I had to work with and what I could do with that space.
Man, these
you're showing them my algae bloom?
No, look how nice these pistos look. Incredible.
So those are actually bred by a friend of mine in New Jersey.
Okay.
And I think he did a phenomenal job with
also,
them.
feel free to direct the camera.
Beautiful.
So, like, feel free to direct the camera. Like, if you ever like go in closer, go to the left. Just let me know.
Let's see. I'll tell you what everybody's talking about. I can't read because I'm old.
I'll come back.
Let's see.
Okay. Let's see. My coal tank is busting with ugly Neos. William said at an auction Nick was recently at, people were paying $2 a piece for coals.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was PVAS.
That's crazy.
It was like
For coals?
more than one bag went for $20 for 10 wild type. And then a bag of crystal shrimp went for 35. No, sorry. A bag of the the Caridina Galaxy whatever went for 35.
Wow. That's crazy.
And the yellow Neocaridina I brought, one bag went for 35. I was like, why are these the same?
Yeah, no, I give coals away for free.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so the coals are free.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Go to your store, get some free hideous shrimp.
Yeah, I definitely give the coals away for free. And it's a good tester shrimp for people that say they can't keep them alive. And, I can't speak for other stores. I don't know why, theirs wouldn't necessarily stay alive. But, I mean, I want to say 90% of the shrimp that I bring in here are homebred, not necessarily locally, but in the tri-state area. And I tell people they're plop and drop. I mean, those are things that I don't necessarily believe that you need to drip acclimate. Some Caridina lines, yes. The Caridinas that I keep in the back, I have them on Brightwell Aquatics substrate, so that keeps them right in the 7. I try to stay away from chemicals and buffers. If the fish like the water, they like the water, and if they don't, I don't carry them. I'm definitely not a chemical chaser here. I just don't believe in it. Certain people, parameters work, and others they don't, and you kind of stick to what you got coming out of the tap.
So what parameters do you have?
Out of the tap, I run between 7 and 7.4. I don't really worry about my GH and KH. The only time I ever run into issues, this is a small town where I'm located, so unfortunately if they're working on a line, even though they're supposed to have a notification system, they fail on the notification system all the time. So I have definitely had issues where out of the tap it's coming out at 4.5, and that's a very bad day. And as soon as I'm doing a water change and my fish start jumping, I know that they were tapping into a line somewhere.
They start jumping?
Oh yeah, it's not nice. It's happened 3 times. I now luckily have a guy that works for our local water company that's a customer, so I have his, I call it his bat phone, but I have his direct cell phone number, so if something goes sideways, I call him, I yell a little bit, and he comes over and fixes the problem.
Nice, very nice. So, people are waking up, they're coming in, the questions are starting to warm up just like the coffee inside them. But I had one that I actually put in the description ahead of time, so it's almost like preparation.
Thanks.
5 minutes before we went live. But what is your least favorite fish in the store right now?
My least favorite fish?
Yeah, you're like, I hate that damn fish.
Everything I've got in the shop right now I like, but least favorite overall, and I will never ever put in the shop again, is a convict cichlid.
Really?
Yes. They breed worse than guppies.
Okay, we gotta find them.
I don't have any.
Oh, you don't have any?
Nope, there's none. I almost, and this was actually a favor to Aquafunk. Aquafunk needed gold convicts.
Okay.
I did order gold convicts. They did not come in, thankfully, and I mean that with the most sincerity. Sorry, Aquafunk, if you watch this. But basically, convicts breed worse than guppies. Every 2 weeks, there's more babies, and by 4th gen, they're eating 1st gen. There's nowhere to put all of them. If I had to complain about least favorite fish currently,
come on, you were
I would say
complaining.
angelfish.
Oh, angel?
No,
okay.
angels.
Okay. Because I was going to say, you were complaining about a fish before we went live.
Was I?
Now you're all of a sudden you can't remember.
Well, angelfish are devils in disguise, and they're a beautiful fish, but they're devils in disguise. Once they're sexually mature, they want to square off, they want their space. Once they start breeding, moving things around because there's a war. So that becomes problematic at times.
Do angels try and breed in the tanks often?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, there was an experience, I think it was 2 Christmas Eves ago, and for anybody that tells you that angels will pair off and they don't switch up, that's a lie.
Okay.
There was a key party here, and yeah, they were exchanging Christmas presents in the form of partners, and it was an experience.
Putu had said, of course, Funk wanted convicts, and then Funk's in the chat. He said, "I'll check." Caps yellow con.
Well, he's working on a breeding project, though. There's reasons behind it.
Yeah, but okay. So angels, that's why I haven't done angels yet, because I
They're
got some in an
mean.
auction and it was not good.
Yeah, no, somebody named them
But-
angelfish as a joke.
Let me guys give you the real tea of the fish she was talking shit about before we went live. Now she doesn't want
I forget already?
the
Which one?
mosquito fish.
Oh, that's right.
Now you
These
remember.
guys are little a-holes. Don't like them.
What's up with these guys?
All right, so historically speaking, people will tell you that with mosquito fish, the females generally will kill off the males, and I saw that in action. I had them out in outdoor ponds 2 years ago at my house.
Are these just the mosquito fish?
These are black-line mosquitoes. So the males killed off all my females, and if I throw anything else in that tank besides them, they will pick it off. They are
like
little devils.
A CPD or something?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. They'll pick at snails, any type of bottom dwelling. Right now, I mean, I'm kind of a liar. If I lift up this piece of wood here, there's a bunch of loaches running around.
Oh, whoa.
But yeah, that's the extent of seeing them. You will never see them again. They are now hiding under something else, and we'll maintain that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but that being said, these mosquito fish are not nice. So
KG said angels are so pretty. Why they gotta be assholes?
yeah, they're good at it. They really are.
Pooja said, "Where's the fish you're most excited for?"
Well, that changes every week. Right now, I'm absolutely in love with the hairy puffer that's in the shop. I'm also in love with the latest killifish that I brought in.
Okay.
Let's see, is my hairy puffer out? That sounds so dirty.
LOL.
He's not being very photogenic at the moment, but I know he's in there somewhere.
He's up there somewhere.
Yeah. Is he showing his face?
I didn't see his face.
You
You see him?
No, I do not.
He's hiding.
Yeah, he might have gone for his nap.
Which Earth Eater is this guy with the red?
So there's a Spenai in there. There's a Wine Millerai to the left. So the spot is definitely your Spenai.
Wow.
And then this one here is your Wine Millerai.
They're crazy glowy.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
The Spenai, that is nuts.
As far as the geos, the Spenai is one of my favorites.
So is it in focus when I get this close?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see.
Wow.
What else is my favorite this week? I love a pistogramma. Me personally, so I'm a rice fish nut, a goby nut, a hillstream loach nut. I go through phases. My favorite overall fish, and I ended up keeping him, which was not the case. Like, I wanted to be a good foster mom, but I didn't want to keep anything. But Pumpkin, who's my shop Congo puffer, he's quite literally my favorite fish in here.
The one over there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm going back over there.
He's definitely my favorite.
Pooja said you're a puffer, Harry. That's funny. Alcafunk asked, are those the same as the Gambusia?
Yeah, they're the striped version. So it's a black stripe. Yep.
Poo2 said, yeah, mosquito fish are quite mean. They don't survive the cold winters. Rice fish will do that job no problem. Oh my God.
Yeah, I love rice fish.
Ross Baltimore said, I'll still take hairy puffer.
The hairy puffer's cute. I like how they grow in their little goatees, but that's just me.
Funk said, is that a black Acara? Then he said, yep, it is.
Yep.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, I've got standard blue Acaras, electric blue Acaras, black Acaras, platinum Acaras.
Okay.
I just sold out on zebra Acara.
I was going to say, last time you had huge ones.
Yeah, I love the zebras.
Someone finally nabbed
I
those.
sold the last 2 pair. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. While you answer this question, I'll go get Pumpkin for Poo2. But William asked, how has owning a fish shop affected fish keeping as a hobby for you?
Ooh.
And make sure you stay on camera.
You
keep trying to escape.
I'm sorry, guys.
You
I
keep
really,
trying to
really
escape
hate
the camera, man.
I'm sorry. I'm not photogenic and I hate it.
I got to put it further
there
back.
There you go. Yes, the further away I am, the happier I am.
There you go.
All right, so.
And I'll go get Pumpkin.
You're going to hate my answer when I say how it had affected as far as owning a store. I'm not so much a people person owning the store. As a hobbyist, I had about 85 tanks running at the house. I was breeding fish. I would go to fish swaps, and I'd have a great time because it was literally just all hobbyists. Like, you could talk about anything at the table. I'd have just great crowds of people, and again, they were just fish nerds, and that's kind of my gig. You know, you're speaking my language, but For the store, it's different. There's customers, and I'm a horrible person, but I'm also going to be honest. There's customers that shouldn't necessarily own a fish tank. They shouldn't own fish. They shouldn't have pets. So that part's hard. Like, I'm not the best at customer service. I'm a hobbyist, and I'm really big about husbandry. I'm okay saying no and not making a fish sale. So that part is really hard. Like, some people, you can, at least for me, you can go from having a wealth of knowledge and being a really cool person to talk to and to give good advice, and then those people can go home, do the complete opposite of what you suggested they should do, and all of it becomes your fault. So that part's, it's very hard to digest that. Like, yeah. I do have like I have 1-star reviews, and like my 1-star reviews don't fall into a category of the place is dirty, her fish are sick, she doesn't know anything. My 1-star reviews are she's the B word, and I'm okay. I've learned to embrace that, but again, to me, the health of the animal is 10 times more important than the sale of the fish. I'm perfectly okay eating ramen noodles and not making a dime than to just sell a fish for the sake of selling a fish. So that part is really hard. I joke with people all the time that I should have worked at a mortuary because dead people can't complain.
Oh, God.
But here it's tough. Like, my regulars are my family, and they're literally the reason why I can unlock this door every day and do this. But I do love the place more before I open and after I close at times, because some people just, they don't want to learn. Like, we're all here and we're chatting, and like, I've learned just by being in Nick's live streams, like, I've watched the same names that are in the feed and asking questions. They're all over the place. They're on different channels. They're following the same people that I follow. And it's because we're hobbyists and we actually enjoy what we're doing. And
when I parked,
not everybody's that way.
I parked, she was outside and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm listening to Fishery."
Yeah, and I was listening to Alex.
Like, that's literally what I was just playing in my car as I pulled up.
Like, and I guess it's for me, I don't understand because there's so many resources out there. Like, I've got QR codes here at the shop where, like, if you come in, what should I put in a 20-gallon tank?
Let's
like,
find some QR.
There's a ton of things you can put in a 20-gallon tank, but you also have to provide me some information. Like, are you into cichlids? Are you into nanos? Like, you know, it's, sometimes I want to ask a customer, like, how can I help you, but you have to help me first to help you, if that makes sense. You know, you got to kind of give me a format. Like, if you're into cichlids, not all cichlids are going to want a planted tank, or they eat the plants. So, you know, you have to kind of give a store, like, employee anywhere, you have to give them certain information in order for us to be able to help you. So that part's really tough.
Yeah, I found the one QR code. Oh, here's another one. There we go.
So while he's looking at QR codes, that started about 6 months after I had the store. So the shop is 3 years in the making. It's still a work in progress. But the QR codes I thought were going to be helpful. A lot of people don't use them, which kind of sucks, I'm not going to lie. But, you know, again, like, if you come in, my fish is sick, what do I do? So there's a QR code that'll give you, like, all of the common illnesses and ways to treat. You know, we obviously sell, like, Corey has the Med Trio, we sell the Med Trio. But there's a lot of things, like, you know, I want plants. What are easy aquarium plants? And I'll always tell my customers, like, I run cheap LED lights, so all the plants that are here, they don't need highlighting. They don't need, you know, a Fluval 4.0 and all that other good stuff. Like, so there's a QR code that tells you here's 20 easy plants. But, you know, I try to be as helpful as I possibly can. And, you know, for a lot of my customers, they absolutely appreciate that and adore that. And then you run into an occasional person that they don't want to learn, and that's hard, especially with all the resources out there.
Yeah. And what's up, George? Jody, good morning. Jody, Putu, SVC,
And Jody, if you're on here, congratulations. I love watching the videos. I'm so glad that you did the unboxing, and I hope you're really having fun with it.
Yeah, I was never gonna bring Jody back on stream again, but Louise said she enjoyed it.
You have to, like 100 bazillion times. And I'm envious of her because, again, not to sound mean, I'm gonna lose business even saying it, but you get to do it behind closed doors, and you get to enjoy it, and you'll only have to deal with like an occasional internet thug, so to speak. But yeah, so. Congratulations to you, Jody. I really am. I'm envious of you, and I hope you have such a blast with it. I really, truly do.
All right, so did we already ask? I think I forgot. Someone asked what the most excited, no, you answered that. I think Branton asked a question. I'm surprised he hasn't harassed me to ask you it, because usually he's very insistent.
Where's the kid that needs a free fish tank?
Yeah, where's Finn at?
I've got a graveyard of 150 broken tanks. I'll send you pieces. You can make one, I promise.
Yo, Branton said, most favorite fish plecos, least favorite fish plecos when you have to catch them. Oh, maybe that's him answering the question, but I don't know.
Hardest thing to catch by far are any type of coolie loach. I mean, they just burrow, and I'm not a bare bottom tank person here, so like everything's aquascape. They are super tough to catch. Hillstream loach aren't that bad. You know, if you've got like wood and decor, obviously you try to get one of them or off of a box filter. If not, I have squeegees that I'll use, and I'll try to get them onto a squeegee. Plecos aren't too bad because I kind of know, like, once they're established here at the shop, I know their favorite hiding spots. I'm definitely a 2-net catcher. I like to corral with 1 net and then lead them into the net. My manager, Nate, he's actually really good. He can just throw in a catch cup and scoop. I don't know how the heck he does it, but kudos to him. Let's see. Easiest things to catch are guppies and endlers. I think they're dumber than a box of rocks. You put a net in and they're just like, hey, what's that? So that's pretty easy. What else?
I mean,
is there any fish that you guys want to see in particular?
The fish that I want to see. Good morning, Funk. I missed when she said that. Brian said, after hearing your complaints, Nick, I've decided to relax with persistence. What, did I actually complain? Bearbon Brand said the plecos get stuck in the net. It's the worst.
I have more problems with the Synodontis and Pictus cats. Those are the worst as far as getting stuck on the nets. I've been pretty good when it comes to plecos. Occasionally they'll get nipped or get stuck, but usually if you put them into the catch cups and let them relax, they'll detach rather quickly.
Okay. People want to see the hill streams and they want to see rice fish so far.
Okay.
And also, I've missed, KJ said, my local store sold my husband 4-feeder goldfish for my daughter's 5-gallon.
Ooh.
And KJ also said, we need more fish shops like yours. Now wait, we haven't even seen the whole fish shop, you know, with the explanation. We did it before, but we didn't get the explanation from the fish store owner. We didn't do the knowledge test, you know. And William said, the hobby needs more people who say no to people not ready to own fish.
I agree with that 100%.
And Ross said, hit that like button, y'all. Appreciate you, Ross. Okay. All right, here we go. Hill streams.
All right, you want the tour of duty?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hill
so
streams, let's go.
Starting over here, if anybody wants to come out, and nobody does, so we might have to come back to this one, but these are, and I am horrible at pronouncing fish names, which is pretty sad because I own the store, but the Abiditis? Yeah, they're in there somewhere, and we will come back to them, I swear. The
loach lovers know what it's like.
Yeah, the purple fin hill streams. There's one right there. There's another chilling on the rock. There's another one back there on the glass. There's another one here on the rock.
So every time I've seen them coming in, because I know you said earlier
they start off very drab and gray, and as they mature, then you definitely get that nice purple pop.
Yeah. But I haven't seen them when I saw them in stores. They came in larger. Do you find they do better when they come in smaller? Or have you not noticed
50-50. This is the smallest batch I've had. Everybody held up really well. I've only gotten one bad batch, and I do believe that was a sourcing issue. The tariffs have changed everything. So if you're using transshippers, or even wholesalers. Like China's kind of off the table at the moment.
You could do the
So,
point the phone.
you want me to point?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
boy,
yeah.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
No, it's on your phone.
All right, is this working?
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, you just hold. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm hoping that it's actually
No, you're good.
showing.
Keep
Okay, it's
going.
working. All right, so basically what I noticed when the tariffs kicked in, so China came out of play as far as being able to get certain things. And in the meantime, I'm gonna try to find a Galaxy Hillstream. And something tells me they're hiding at the moment, so I'm not finding a Galaxy. Sorry, but they're in there somewhere. Over here are the Bloody Marys, and he just took off. There's another one. And don't mind any algae you guys might see. Oh, you might be able to see a Bloody Mary. I'm not sure.
All right, I can hold it now.
Okay.
I was just getting a thing to set the computer on.
But yeah, so with China being off the table because they had the highest tariff rate, basically some suppliers were substituting countries to get Hillstreams, and the quality wasn't there. And obviously that has to do with like their parameters. So it was very hit or miss with Hillstreams for a hot minute. I only source my Hillstreams from 2 places. And when I did try a third, that's when the bad batches were coming in, and that's when I obviously was very disappointed. So as a hobbyist, because like I said, I'm a horrible salesman, but I really am a diehard hobbyist. So I really get upset when I try to source fish that come in at subpar conditions or they die. I'm a self-blamer. So even if it's not my fault, like even UPS will screw up, like an order will come late. And if it comes late in the winter, chances are it's sitting in a trailer overnight, and unfortunately it could possibly freeze to death. That's not my fault. Obviously UPS screwed up, but I'm the type of person that I blame myself. If I wouldn't have ordered it, that fish would be in a tank, it would be alive, it would be healthy. And you know, that it's just my own personal issue. And that has absolutely nothing to do with money. That has nothing to do with profit margin. I get it. If I don't have the fish to sell, then I'm obviously not making money for the week, but sourcing is really important to me. Quality is really important to me. I have no issues holding on to a fish for 2 months. If God forbid I have to treat it, quarantine it, whatever the case may be, I'm okay with all of that. Like
when you have the 2 sources, you're like, okay, these are good. What is it that makes you have to try a new source? Is it availability or?
Sometimes there's something on a list that nobody else has it and you want to test it out and you're hoping for the best. And, you know, I've had a lot of success. I mean, you have to try. There's certain companies that I have one company that I use for my rummies, my cardinals, and my neons that I could be out of them, which as a matter of fact, yesterday somebody came in and bought 25 rummies. So I'm down to 6
Oh, wow.
for the rest of the week. I could sub those out. I could get those tomorrow at a local wholesaler in my area, and I won't because the quality is not going to be there. You know, some places you can order 150 neons and 30 of them are alive in the bag, the rest of them are dead. This place, no matter what, they're the biggest neon tetras. They're fat, they're sassy, they're healthy. A lot of my customers come in, they've never seen them that big, but they're all alive, and I trust that source. So if I have to wait even 2 weeks to refill, I'd rather wait the 2 weeks than to just sub it out, and now the product is subpar, so to speak.
Tell me about these. What are these little guys here? They're kind of the little speckled.
Which, the autos or
Yeah.
the neons that
Is
are
these
in there?
the
Those are the
Bumblebee?
Bumblebee autos. Yep.
How big do they get?
That actually is almost full grown, which is
What
kind of
the
crazy.
hell?
Yeah. So I used to keep all the oddball autos in the back, but now all those back tanks are filled, so they're now scattered up front.
Bro,
But
what? This is awesome.
yeah, the Bumblebees always stay that small, which is really cool.
How many
and-
times have you brought these in?
That's actually a regular item. I only source them through one company. I did try a secondary company for some, like the Zebra Autos and the Robocops, and I'm pretty sure that company buys from the same supplier that my good source buys from. But that being said, I try to get them as often as they have them, which usually every other month they have them. I'll get like a 36 pack.
Wow. Okay, before we answer this next question, I had a question. Tell me about these
Constance,
killies. I'm noticing these killies.
I don't know enough about them other than the fact that I am absolutely infatuated with them.
Are they annuals?
Yes.
Where country are they from?
I don't know. You got me on that one.
Oh,
Can't
look at
even
this.
lie.
We got her.
Yep,
you
got me on that one.
They definitely they're different.
Yeah, so
got like a
I'm a
sparkling
Kili
gourami
nut,
color
but my
palette.
thing is they always have like a ton of color and they pop, and these guys don't, but they're absolutely fascinating to me. And I like the way the males will spar, which they're actually, one of the males just came out right now as being a little territorial.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just a badass Kili as far as I'm
Okay.
concerned. I love the pattern on them.
Let's go back to main base for a second. Let's see. Trevor Peace asks, do you have any thoughts on licorice gourami? Are they as difficult as some people say?
Based on sourcing, I'm going to say no. So I've had, I think, 4 different types in the shop. I've had the strawberries. I've had, oh God, I'm having a brain fart. Well, they're out of stock and they're definitely on my website.
Like
and I hate saying it that
fire
way.
and ice, moonlight.
Fire and ice, yep. I've had the moonlights. But I've never had any issues with them. The only thing I will say is I keep them on the Brightwell Aquatic substrate or on Carib Sea, what's it called, Samurai soil.
Really?
Yeah.
Hard on, okay.
Yeah, because like as far as the buffering soils are concerned, it keeps you right at 7, keeps your water on the softer side.
Interesting.
I definitely throw in botanicals with
Okay, I was gonna say most people they're like you got to get them black water.
Well, yeah, that's one thing I will say.
So is it the pH or is it the more of the?
For breeding, I think the pH and the water softness is really an issue. I will say that I only sell those to collectors. People don't come in and they're like, oh wow, gotta have it, because they are more expensive than a sparkling gourami is. But anybody that has those and have purchased them from the shop, they've definitely gotten them down into a black water tank, heavily botanical related.
Right.
And other than that, I've got one of my guys bred his strawberries. I'm going to be buying some of his stock back.
Nice.
But as far as holding up in the shop, I've had no issues with them whatsoever.
Okay.
I bring them in, and same thing. It's not a drip
Because
acclimation.
I do hear people say they have issues with them. And some stores I've heard of issues with the wild bettas, but I don't know if those are just certain breeds.
Well, you've seen. I mean, the last time you were here, the wild bettas
are
all breeding.
Bettas.
Yeah, they're all breeding. We've got pumpkins breeding right now. I've got, since you bought that one pair of ninjas, another pair of ninjas have squared off, and they're starting to show breeding behavior.
Very nice.
But same thing, they're not drip acclimated, they're a plop and drop. But I will say that I believe that's based on the source I'm getting them from. I've bought wild types from other sources, and they were caca. These guys, again, I can plop and drop, and they're off to the races.
So, well, Bear Ron Branton actually has another question. I won't. He asks, my apologies, it's been answered, but do you ship fish?
Yes, I do. I have a website. Outside of the website, everything that is in the shop is on there. The only thing that I don't do, and it's a specialty, I have a saltwater tank here at the shop, and I do special order only on the salt. But yeah, I actually like the shipping side of things. I'm closed here at the shop on Mondays and Tuesdays so that I can focus on the online orders.
Nice.
I have pretty much covered every state. Yeah, as far as shipping, every state is covered. I do find it fascinating. So Wet Spot Tropical, which I'm sure a lot of people have heard about, I use one of their wholesalers. I should say I use the wholesale division of Wet Spot as a supplier, and I've got a regular customer that's in Washington that he's buying the same thing he can get at Wet Spot with a cheaper shipping rate, and he's buying from me, which I find fascinating because, again, it's right in your backyard.
Do they ship in that state?
I don't think they ship in Washington. I think they do Oregon, California, but not in their own.
Gotcha. But you could order shipping from them? Maybe you could get it at the store or something.
Yeah, I think they look at it that from the fact that they're in that state, you should just shop at their store.
That makes sense.
But yeah, he's actually a regular. I've got an order that went out to him this week. But yeah.
I put the link to Luisa's. No, you're good. I put the link to Luisa's store in the chat. Brandon told me that link doesn't work. I put a new link that should work.
Oh, okay.
There's also a link in the description. But yeah, if you guys want us any fish that are on her site, if you want us to go find them, let us know, and we'll go on a mission again.
And also, since you guys are online, I don't have the feature on my Square shop where you can do a discount code, but if you were to place an order, I'll take 15% off on your order. I can apply that to your shipping bill, or I can just refund your card for the 15% difference if you guys do decide to place an order. So if you do that, just put in the notes section.
Is it an official live stream discount?
Yes. So we'll call it Nick 15% off. But in the notes section, if you place an order, just say that you watched the live stream or that you follow in my tanks, and I'll definitely refund you the 15% difference.
Okay, well there you guys go. If you needed an excuse. So I get a 15%. I'm definitely watching.
He was thinking of all the fish he's going to buy while he was driving here.
I mean, I didn't drive all this way to not get some fish. Come on.
That's the fun part.
William said Nick 15. No. SVC said I might make another trip to the shop in the next couple of weeks. Gonna need some fish for the tanks I'm setting up. That'll be fun.
Are you going to do another aquascaping demo? Because that was fun.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm gonna scape the Higer on one with a couple of fish who did like the contest judging with me, and he's gonna help me. Okay. So I probably had to pick up some scaping stuff today.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna do that. But Aquafunk said, quick fun fact, Plop and Drop is BBB, parentheses, AKA Doodoo Boy's stripper name. Wow. Oh, that's Branton. Branton's stripper name is Plop and Drop. There's probably worse. There's probably worse ones out there. Definitely should do another scape competition. Yeah. I need to train. I need to train a little bit.
Was it in under 2 minutes that had to be designed, I think? Yeah.
So, I mean, looking around at the store, like, you've got a lot of, I would call them scapes. Every tank has some kind of scape. Do you have, like, a background in scaping?
Not really, no.
Like, you do paludariums and stuff? Or?
Well, I enjoy building paludariums. So when COVID hit, I was a bail bondsman and a bounty hunter for 25 years, and when COVID hit, everybody went home for free. And honest to God, after a month of literally redesigning my house, cleaning out drawers, I was ready to lick the walls and see if snozberries tasted like snozberries. So I was always building paludariums, but I ended up with a really good customer base of people that wanted paludariums built. The downside to building paludariums is that if you're building the paludarium like a biotope environment, things are going to breed. So I ended up with the 80, yeah.
What's that the downside?
Well, because I ended up with like 84, almost 85 tanks, I think it was, of people that now everything was breeding in their paludarium. They didn't want all the babies, so I obviously didn't want them to die. So I started taking in all those babies. Oh. So that's where I ended up doing swaps, and then ended up with this place.
Okay, so you did the swap thing.
Right. I just wanted to build paludariums. I never wanted a store. I never, I didn't necessarily sign up for this.
How did you start building paludariums? Like, did you get a hermit crab or something?
No, freaking Serpa Design. I went down, I just went down the rabbit hole with him, and then there was this other guy, I think it's something like Ferret World or something really weird, but he designs paludariums, and he does it on a DIY level, cheap method. And again, when you become like just a nut and you've got more than 5 tanks, you find more economical ways to be a hobbyist.
You have to.
Yeah, no other choice about it. So I really did. I enjoyed that. And when I had the opportunity to come up here, I was still doing I had 2 bail bond companies. I wanted out of that, and the guy that originally had this, he saw my paludarium designs, wanted me to come in and just do the paludariums. Right. And then it turned out he wasn't really legit. And I started dumping money into the place, making it look nicer, and then it was kind of time for him to go because of him not being legit. So that's really how I ended up with the store. Right. So I wanted to only build paludariums. I didn't want to own a store. I didn't want to do everything that I'm doing now, but I enjoy it. And the downside is I can't design. So
how do you find customers for how did it go, okay, I watched a YouTube video on building paludariums. How does it go to, okay, now I'm building paludariums for other people?
I was honestly just Facebook. I was just posting things on different forums or asking questions. People wanted to see pictures, and then next thing you know, I ended up with a client base of people that...
Because you always forget.
People like things, but that doesn't mean they want to do the work.
Exactly. Some people, they enjoy the making the tank.
Yeah. And I did. I don't like super gluing myself to myself, but that being said, it's art. It's your creative concepts. I'm weird because I can't design it. Like I can't put it on paper, but I can see what it's going to look like. Like even this, to me, this is slapped together. It still has to get the rivers done, the waterfalls done, the pond done. There's a lot that needs to be done, but I can see what it's going to look like when it is done, if that makes sense.
I can't see too much from the side.
Yeah, it's a little,
But
it's a little messy right now.
But I mean, you can see from the top pretty well.
Sorry guys, cough
But
up my hairball.
Chris said, such an amazing shop. She has the ultimate hobbyist playground. Wish I had an LFS like this. That's
My dream basement, basically.
Yeah.
I just unlock the door to let people in every once in a while.
Aren't you? You have Tropical Fish Co. and you're gonna have a store. Well, where a shed, quote unquote. They call that.
That place
shed.
is so huge. It's so beautiful.
She calls it a shed.
No, that
She's like,
place
this is the
awesome.
smallest shed in the neighborhood. I'm like, okay.
In the well, all right, yeah. I get it for where she's located, yes, but it's fun though. And again, it's like it's your dream basement. Like that's how I look at this. Like I don't look at this from a perspective of how much money am I going to make? Like this tank is real estate. I need to flip it. I need to bring in this fish or that fish. Like this is my home away from home.
You probably want to have
this
some
is
of
my
these
first home now.
these atypical tanks if you're maximizing. You have a lot of quote unquote
I
wasted
wanted the
space.
fish. Yeah, I wanted the fish to be comfortable. That's the only reason, and it makes for a lot more work. I'm not gonna lie. Like water changes are not easy, but I enjoy the fact that the fish are happy. I come in and if something's breeding, it's a pain in the butt because now obviously I need to move other things out, but I'm happy because that's telling me that they're in a good environment. I as a hobbyist, like I don't know how everybody else is, but like on a Sunday, a couple of my friends would get in the car and we would just drive to different stores or check out new locations, whatever the case may be. And it bothered me when you go in and like a tank is bare bottom, all the fish are sitting in a corner, and like I get it, but to me that's sales. Like that's you know, you're not focusing on the environment for the fish. Here I have people that have come from a background of bluestone and plastic everything, and they come in and this is inspirational. My UPS guy is here with lava rock. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hi. How are you?
Brandon,
Thank you very
we'll
much,
look at,
honey.
we'll find the mud skippers when she comes back. I see you. What's up, Aaron?
Sorry.
Aaron said, what's up? Hectic work
YouTube
day, so
video.
I'll be in and out. We'll definitely catch a replay.
Would you
Luis,
like
I
to be
love
on
the
YouTube?
store.
No, you're good? All right. My favorite
Let her
UPS
know
guy.
You like the store. I said, Brandon, did you look at the online store? That's how you knew about the mud skippers? Okay, Brandon wants to know about the mud skippers. He said, I want some so bad. What's your experience with them? Where are they?
I love mud skippers, and my recent mud skipper has dug a hole, so we'll see if he's in the paludarium. If not, then he's probably hiding in the back.
Okay.
But
the mud skipper might be in the hole.
he is hiding in the back. Let me see.
But what's your experience been with them?
So I started with mud skippers in, I want to say, maybe 2019, and my favorites are definitely the Indian dwarf mud skippers. Yeah, he's hiding in his burrowed hole.
Wait, can you see him from back there?
No, he's not even in that back section. Okay. So he burrowed a hole right here in the middle, and long story short, he's gone through that.
Well, that's fine. If he comes out later.
Mud skippers are super easy. I don't do mud, I do sand. Yeah, well, this is why they're easy. So a lot of people are fearful of brackish.
I am. That's me.
No, because as long as there's salt in the water, it's brackish.
Okay, but like a pinch of salt, like come on.
Well, not a pinch, but I mean, accuracy isn't really. If I had the green spot puffers, accuracy matters because at one point or another, as they develop, there has to be more salt added. They're almost practically full salt when they're adults.
Right.
With mud skippers, generally speaking, there's a good range for the mud skippers. You want to stay away from like the African mud skippers. They get huge, they're territorial, they're just big a-holes. The Indian dwarfs, you could have 2 or 3 of those in a 20 long and you're golden. To me, it's a short lifespan, 5 years, but they're so interactive. Like I have a trio at home and they're the cutest little things. Like they watch TV. There's times where you change the channel and they'll start freaking out because they were watching whatever it was that you were watching, and they're running back and forth, and you put the channel back to the other, you know, what it was, and they'll just sit there and they're staring at it.
The mud skippers watch TV?
Yes. They have eyes in the back of their head.
Oh
they can
God.
see 360 degrees. They're You can hand feed them. Like there's personality in mud skippers. There really is.
Are they smart?
I think they are.
Okay, because I got these newts and they're extremely cute, but they're the
Newts
dumbest.
are dumb. Like I had Spanish rib newts. They were dumber than a box of rocks, but they are adorable. Mud skippers are different though. There's similar to a puffer, the personality. They know their owners. They're I don't know how to explain it. They're like puppies in a tank.
Okay.
And I mean, considering they're a fish that completely almost lives out of water, like they're, as long as there's moisture
Why
in the
do you
tank.
do sand and not mud?
Too much work. That might sound awful, but like to my knowledge, they can't breed in captivity. Even if they were to try, I think I would feel bad because nothing's going to come to fruition. So when you get into the mud, that's when they're burrowing, that's when they're digging the holes, that's when they're showing, signs of breeding behavior. Maybe I'm cruel saying I'm taking that away, but
Well, it's not something to dug into still.
well, they burrow differently,
Okay.
but it's not necessarily a necessity. I know they're called mud skippers, but for me on my deep dives, a lot of the time they're just running around on sand.
Okay.
And a lot of people do sand. You can definitely do full-blown biotope, but the simplicity of my 20, like this is a full-blown paludarium build, but the simplicity of my 20, I've got maybe 3 inches of water at home. There's a whole bunch of pieces of driftwood, nice smooth rocks. There's a huge plant in the middle that gives them a canopy.
So you have them at home?
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
so you do like them.
Oh yeah, no, I love mud skippers. Yeah, well,
Brenton seems
Tazawa
very
tanks.
interested. He
Yeah.
said, how often do you have them in stock and how many do you have at the store at one time?
Right now I have one Indian dwarf and I have one, is he a blue spot? An Atlantic blue spot. I am waiting to sell the Atlantic blue spot to get more inventory in, unless you'd like me to special order for you. But the Atlantic blue spot's a little territorial. He's getting along with the Indian, but that actually shouldn't be the case. I shouldn't have the two of them together. I'm trying to get the Indian out to bring him home and put him with my other Indians, but he's being a pain in the butt, and because the Atlantic dug his little hole, I can't get my Indian out.
Right.
But I will say, and not to promote somebody else, but that being said, I will. I enjoyed watching Tazawa Tanks. He did a lot of mud skipper videos.
Yeah, because he does some brackish stuff.
That's where I got my whole like, oh my god, I gotta have a mud skipper.
Yeah. It's cool though seeing how like you're so recent to the store thing and how it started off of YouTube. Like you like Serpent Design.
Yeah.
You got the tabs. Like it's kind of cool.
I'm a big YouTuber. I follow too many people, but I enjoy it. I think to me, that's the difference between owning a fish tank and being a hobbyist. There's so many resources out there, and like I don't think my tastes necessarily change. I kind of go through phases. Like a lot of people don't appreciate goldfish. I think goldfish are big dumb puppies.
See, I hate goldfish.
See, that's what I mean. They're big dumb puppies. But if you had a 125 with simple decor and just chunky monkey goldfish.
Oh gosh.
They're adorable. Like I love the black and reds. I love the pandas.
Okay.
And I'm a randa. Like the Ryukins are all right,
Okay.
but they're just chunky monkeys
Wait,
and they're so dumb.
Speaking
and
of
they're
YouTubers,
cute.
you gotta tell them about what you ordered. We were talking about it the other day.
Oh, all right. So actually, take your phone and we can show them what we ordered.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I already
Okay.
hung it up.
Oh my God. Hold up. Let's see.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Fish Room Punks. We got the poster. Employees only. Yeah.
So same thing. I was on a YouTube one day, probably over 6 months ago, I want to say, and I saw his Fish Room Punks cards. And back in the day, I was a comic book fan and a baseball card collector and all that other good stuff. So as soon as I saw his spin on Garbage Pail Kids, sorry for saying it that way, but as soon as I saw his spin, I was addicted. So every time he comes out with another series, I'm trying to buy his cards. Yesterday, my delivery came for his poster and another pack of, I think it's the horror cards that he did. But yeah,
Nice.
And that's what I mean. Like, you don't have to be FishTube famous for me to follow you or anything like that. I'm just into, again, the creative aspect and people being
There are all
diehard
these content
hobbyists.
addicts, like the people in the Discord. They're like, you haven't streamed in 12
Yeah,
hours.
like you become a junkie. You become a junkie for it. But it's because there's always something new to learn. Like this isn't. I tell people there's no one method to do this. I don't believe that anybody is an expert in this field.
Okay. But do you believe that there's wrong way? Because that's why I'm like,
There's
okay.
a lot of wrong ways to do.
Because I was like, I feel
yeah.
like there's different ways to do it. But I'm like, I feel like there are ways where I'm like, nah.
I have customers that they want the answer that's on page 10 of Google. And not to sound rude, but if the first
Page
9
10 of
pages
Google.
said don't do it,
don't
do it.
I mean, you guys
go down that far? Who
past
knows?
like page 2.
Because, well, that's the thing though. Like, where did you actually find this information that you think this is going to work? Like it makes no sense. So again,
Right.
it had to be on page 10 of Google because the first 9 pages told you, no, this is a bad idea.
That's hilarious. Also, Funk, he said, hey, African mud skippers are my favorite. They skip regardless what they're on.
They're mean though. They get so big and their faces, like even my Atlantic, like his face is different. He's not as cute. Like the Indians, they get these fat little bellies and cute little pudgy cheeks, but the bigger they get, maybe it's just me, but the bigger they get, the uglier they get. I don't know.
Okay. Brandon said, I'd love to get three of them, I guess one of the mud skippers in the spring when the holidays and cold weather are over.
Yeah, definitely go with the Indians because they're just so cute.
Okay. Were you going to bring them in?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Whenever those guys are available, I always bring them in, and that's just, again, it's a staple item for me just because that's what I'm into. And again, and sorry if you guys don't like them, but I don't care if I ever sell them. I like, and especially for kids, like the tank is at a level where when the kids see them bouncing around,
right.
they get excited. And like everybody's into axolotls, and I'm not saying that axolotls are overrated. I get it. A video game came out, now everybody wants an axolotl. But the care level on an axolotl is much harder. Lifespan, getting a chiller, depending on where you have it. They are very interactive. Well, most are. Some
You can't
don't
put anything
care.
in their tank.
Right. So with the mud skipper, that's just not the case. You have a lot of different options. As long as you have a high humidity and a lid, like you're good. Lifespan isn't as long, but
And salty water, I guess.
yeah, kind of. I mean, again, so for every 5 gallons of water, I think I'm at 3/4 of a cup of salt, somewhere around there.
Okay.
So it's not that it's high end, but no, it's 7 gallons of water. It doesn't matter. I have the little mathy thing.
Yeah.
My brain runs out of information.
Is there anything
sometimes.
that you can keep with the mud skippers?
Yes. So you have to set it up a certain way in order to do so, but you can put guppies in there, you can put mollies in there. At one point or another, those things might become a snack, obviously fry. But like even with Tozawa, he has I think it's a 40-gallon breeder with like a deep end and a shallow end, and he had puffer fish running around. So it does require the right setup. And then again, some mud skippers require a higher pH than others. I had one woman that wanted to put a top hat blenny with a mud skipper, and I personally was like, I think that's a bad idea. It was 2 different parameters. Like I have blennies here. I've got those guys over there, and I've got zebra blennies on the other side. But they were very similar in nature. Like obviously the mud skippers are out of the water more so than a blenny. They're living obviously full-time water.
Right.
But I think the mud skippers would have chased after the blennies, and I think it just would have kind of been disastrous.
Yeah, I don't know much about blennies, so I didn't know which one would be the Do mud skippers swim like in the water, deeply, or?
Not really. They don't really spend a lot of time in
But
water.
they can swim all right? Like they could actually catch fish?
Kind of, sort of. From what I hear, they can't see well when they're underwater.
Okay.
So if that's true, fine, but that's just I heard.
Okay. Brian wants to know what you're feeding them.
The mud skippers, so I have them on frozen bloodworm. I do feed them wingless fruit flies, which I really like doing because they go crazy for it and they're running and jumping and grabbing stuff all over the place. What else? I don't do crickets. I try to keep all their foods mushy because they're soft. And same thing with their bodies. Like I don't want anything crunchy.
Yeah, nothing prepared.
Earthworms. No, I haven't tried. I know they will eat flake. Like I've had some with fish, and they'll eat the flake. They tend to spit it out. They like stuff that moves. They enjoy the hunt.
Right.
I do have a customer, guys, so I'm going to let you talk to Nick for a moment.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Let's go.
I'm going to leave this off.
Well, while she's got the customer, it's just us again. Oh, wait. Hold up. How do I mute? Let me, I'll switch to the mic so you can't hear her talking to the customer. That's going to get confusing. All right, there we go. Okay. Pooters, that I have to work, but hope you have a great stream. Appreciate you stopping by, Captain. Definitely appreciate you. Let's see. People are asking about what did you guys want to see? I'm in the back room right now. How we feeling this morning so far? What do you guys think? Decent store? Trash? Luis is the worst? Let me know. Ugh. Come down here real quick because I saw these gold ring Danios. Kind of looking nice. I don't know. Something about them caught my eye. Working.
Online pickups.
Oh, okay. It was online. Okay, one second. Let me switch the. Man, I thought I was gonna get all the attention. Okay. All right. If anyone has any more questions for Louise, feel free to chime in. And again, you can look at her store listings if you want us to find something. But wait, Aquafunk already has a question. Damn it. Funk said, when she comes back, ask her how much of a purist she is. How does she feel about hybrids? If she answers wrong, we're gonna fight. Oh man.
So it's to each their own. When it comes to hybrids, I will say that some hybrids are just little lunatics. Like I love flower horns, don't get me wrong, and they're chasing after your finger, but they want to kill you, and it's because they're not wired right, because they're a hybrid. It's the same with the parrot cichlids, but I'm definitely not a purist. I love the polar parrots. I think they're cute. Like I said, they're tiny little psychos, but they're cute. I don't think you should necessarily crossbreed a fish for the sake of crossbreeding a fish. I get it was an oopsie, but it's like designer dogs. Like, I get it, you're calling it a designer dog, but that's literally just two people that were at a dog park not paying attention to their dogs, and bad things happen, and now you've got a designer dog. That's kind of how I look at hybrids.
Are there hybrids that you like?
Flower horns, definitely. Like I said, I really do. I like the polar parrots. I think they're cute. Regular parrots are all right, but again, little psychopaths. What other hybrids could I think of? The Angelicus eruptus, or however the heck you pronounce that, the Sinnohs.
Okay.
There's also a Jaguar Sinnoh that I haven't been able to get in like a year and a half.
Yeah,
That's
some of
a
the
hybrid.
Synodontis hybrids do look kind of cool.
Yeah, they're badass. That's just
Okay.
my personal opinion. Let's see, what else in hybrids that I could think of that I like?
Goldfish? Or goldfish got hybrids? Is that a thing?
I don't
know anything
I don't
about
know any
goldfish.
off the top of my head, no.
SVC said, you might have already looked at them, but what Apistos does she have in store? I'm thinking of a pair of Apistos and the 28-gallon lowboy.
Right now I have one pair of Banshees left. I've got a couple pairs of the Fire Reds left. I've got one pair of the gold McMaster Eyes. I've got, I think, 2 pairs of the Redback Tefe. 2 pairs of the pandas. That is all at the moment in Apisto land.
Okay, so what do you think about these? Is it a Pistogramma Banshee?
That's the female Banshee. The boy is in the back hiding, and I don't know why he is petrified. Oh, he's in the middle to the left of the, to the left of the cave. He's hiding back there.
Okay. Well, what do you think about these Apistos?
So, me personally, I love the Fire Reds, and I like the gold necks that I've got right now.
Okay, so you like these guys.
Yeah, those guys. And I think the reason why I like them is because they're actually well behaved. The Banshees really can act up. The redneck McMaster Eyes can act up. Pandas are a little territorial. The Tefes are pretty decent. They're not bad to deal with at all.
These are the Tefes?
Yep.
Yeah.
But right now, if I were to pick a pair, I would go with the Fire Reds or these golds, which, let me see if I can get this little boy to come out. He's hiding in the back.
I'm going to say they come attack your fingers?
Yeah, sometimes they pay attention and actually, there we go, see?
Yeah, these guys are pretty. I mean, you can't see them under the rock, but they're pretty. What's this Apisco?
That guy, he is a male diamond.
That's
The
very pretty.
Diamantes. I don't have a female right now. And that's the tough part. Like, so I try to use breeders for all of my epistos,
You
and
got a zebra car left up here?
yeah, there's a female up there. But that's one of the babies. That's not the breeder size that you saw the last time. I mean, not that she's not pretty, but she doesn't count. When the males are flared up, that's all that matters. Like if I had to pick any Akara, it would definitely be the zebras. The Bimacs are nice, but the zebras are fire
Well, you
when
said
they're fired up.
these are your pick.
Yeah, because they're so peaceful. Like I would put those guys in with, you know, a 20 long, nice little dither running back and forth. And they're like a community apisto, whereas I've seen others get so territorial and so nasty.
Wow.
But those guys don't.
Interesting.
Any other questions?
I mean, I'm kind of curious about the flag cichlids.
I don't know. I like flag cichlids, but I don't. Right now, I'm in love with this guy, and this guy actually, he came in from a friend of mine who's a customer. But that being said, he's not a standard. What the heck is he called? Oh, an orange fin, the fluva pinus. Yeah, so I'm horrible if you guys haven't noticed that Latin names.
Aren't we all?
But that being said, he's just absolutely gorgeous. And he's in the smiling Akara family. And as you can see, like when he's staring at you, he's got that little smile going on.
Yeah.
Flags are all right. I don't know. I guess they're always on the lists. And I try to get stuff that you don't always see on a list. Like I like the oddball stuff.
What's something you don't always see that you got in recently?
Definitely that new Killy. That's the first time I've seen that on a list in 3 years, at least that I've been doing it. And I've never seen those like at swaps. I've never seen those at like the AKA conventions and stuff like that. Let's see. I don't know. The last couple weeks have been kind of normal lists. I hate saying it that way. I'm trying to think of oddball stuff
They're too normal.
Well, I really like these gobies, so don't mind the algae bloom that's going on, but these guys are so cute. They're the white cheeks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're adorable. They're a little mean, that I will say. And as much as I love the purple spot gudgeons, I have a female at home. And those guys, to me, literally are like, what you call it? What's the...
Snakeheads?
Yeah, the snakeheads, thank you. I was going to say the invasive fish that we're supposed to murder when we go fishing.
They look very cool.
There's that guy back there. But yeah, so those guys are just downright nasty. She ate all her friends. Like I had a breeding group of them. She ate all of her friends, and now she just lives her life in a 55 with a bunch of plecos because she's just cruel.
Yeah.
So those guys, when I sell them with a disclosure.
It's funny seeing these like giant gudgeons next to the. Well,
And then I think, you know, I think these are underrated. I don't think people appreciate them as much, but the Adonis and the jelly bean tetras, when they start to color up, they're just absolutely gorgeous. My lights don't do justice for them. Sure.
Yeah. So what do you like about the Adonis tetra?
Just the colors on them, and I mean, again, they're like little jelly beans. You get that orange, you get the neon green,
What's
and
up, Jesse?
you have to appreciate them as they develop. And then I've got the little albino pygmies running around. And I am an auto nut, like those. That's something I collect here. Like right now, I've got the vampire autos, the black arrow tetras. I'm really in love with, and I haven't been able to hold on to them long enough to watch them actually grow out. Yeah. These guys were tank raised. I can only get them from one source. I've got, I think, 4 people now that have them.
How much bigger do they get than this?
They've got about, I want to say, less than a ½ inch to go.
I gotta get some.
Yeah, more, you know, like I would say over 1/8 of an inch, less than a half. But those guys are almost full grown.
Wow.
But once they develop that orange, like, and that's the thing, like I wish I could see certain things grow out, but you know, unfortunately, some things it's like, oh wait, she's got them, cool. You need to buy them right away.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that I would definitely buy. So you got the albino pygmy cories here.
Yeah, they're cute.
Are these? How long have the albino pygmies been around?
So again, only one source. I don't. Obviously, I'm sure everybody heard of Aquahuna. So I use Aquahuna's wholesale side, and they always carry them. There was one other source about 6 months ago that had them, and they dropped as soon as I got them. So I only use Aquahuna's wholesaler to get these guys. I usually get them at about 50 at a clip, and as they sell out, I'll restock them. But they've had them consistently now for about 4 months.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bear Brown Bratton said, not Aquahuna. Aquahuna supremacy. Let's go. Let's go. Aaron said, hobbyist to store owner is the dream. I'm really interested in how people pull that off. Well, she kind of gave the story. Start building paludariums.
No, owning a store, it changes you. Like, you don't get to enjoy it as much as you want. Like I said, I enjoy this before I open and after I close, and it's because that's the only time I get to appreciate it. The rest is all manual labor. I mean, it would be different if I had like auto water changes and sump systems, but then that also would cause cross-contamination. So I guess I'm old school in that respect. But the manual labor kicks your butt. Like, I'm 48, pushing 50. My knees are killing me. My back is killing me. Like, I would rather sprint after a fugitive any day of the week than spend 10 hours doing water changes.
Oh my God, we got the Aquahuna hater. Never Aquahuna. My God.
Well, again, and this is nothing against their wholesalers. Some things are hit or miss. And I think that's why I use so many different wholesalers, and I do heavily...
They're the only ones with the specific fish, too.
Right. There was only 2 sources. One of my sources had them once, and I brought them in, and they dropped like flies. Aquahuna's wholesaler has them consistently for the last 4 months. They show up. They're in perfect condition. I don't lose a single one. So, again, like... I'm very specific with wholesalers, not, just because you're a wholesaler and you have, let's say, 250 different fish that are available or 400 fish that are available, doesn't mean that I want to spend all my money at that place, because they might have crappy neons, whereas they've got great gobies.
Okay, so like if you order, even just like on the retail side, like is it really a thing where they might just have bad of one kind of fish, but the rest is fine? Like, is that common?
100%.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think there's a single wholesaler that I use, or even a trans-shipper that I use, that I could, order, let's say, from one country and get everything that comes in the shop in the week. Like, usually there's a gentleman that I visit out in Teaneck, New Jersey. I go to see him at least once a month, and he's got just a crazy selection of Tanganykan and but again, his wholesale facility is for his tastes. Like, you can't go to his facility and get, I don't know, neon tetras and emperor tetras. Like, that's not what he specializes in.
You gotta have.
Yeah, I have specialty wholesalers, and then the general wholesalers that I use. Again, I've learned, and you have to learn over time, that certain things are going to be spot on, and then other things you want to avoid. And unfortunately, you have to take that gamble and learn.
Yeah.
I am picky, and I think it's because of like the investigative side of me and the bounty hunting side of me. Like, I want to see the facility. I want to see the systems that they run on. Do they have medicine on a wall? Do they, dip their nets? How sanitary is it? Like, are they in a susceptible?
You really go that in deep? Like,
oh yeah,
see
big
the
time.
Facility?
Big time.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you even attain that? Like, do you just demand it from them? And
I ask, and if they don't want to show, then I'm not interested. And then other places I've driven to, like there's a couple places in Jersey, and I'm not trying to knock them when I say this, but I've been to their facilities, and I won't buy from the facility because I've seen the facility. And forgive me for saying it that way.
Update though, like would you okay, I'll go in 6 months, see if they've improved things. Like you kind of want to off
Well,
day?
not really, because I know other places that are using them, and I know that the stuff isn't holding up.
Okay,
so,
okay. There you go.
yeah. Like, there's certain people that have been in the industry, like, going on 25, 30 years, and they're kind of limited with their suppliers because they, like, maybe they didn't pay their bills, or maybe, their money isn't green anymore. Sorry for saying it that way. So they're limited on who they use and who they can purchase from.
Yeah.
So because of that, I kind of have unlimited sourcing at this point, and I'm always looking for new suppliers. Like, there's always somebody new setting up shop. So I'll check it out and take the good, the bad, the ugly. But
you
if
never
I
get
can
the rest with this stuff.
I'm sorry?
I say you never get the rest with this stuff. You
Yeah.
always got to be ordering,
finding new suppliers.
Like, I get about 25 lists every Friday through Monday, and that's the fun part to me. Like I call it fish porn. But that being said, I love going through the lists. I love finding new things. I did have 2 customers coming in, guys, so
Yep,
I'm going
you
to
got
hand
it.
you off to Nick for a little while. And I will say it was great talking to you, just in case I don't get back on
Yeah, I
there.
was about
But
to say, I was
if you
about
got
to
any
say,
other
we
questions
might
for
wrap-
me, let me know.
We might wrap this up since the store is actually open now and people are coming in. We might wrap the stream up, unless you just do so many questions, so we have to get through them all. Jesse said, any hill trout? I didn't see the hill trout. I'll take a look in a second. There's a few people over by where they were last time. She had some last time, but it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Let's see. I don't think I missed any messages, man. Hope everyone's having a good morning. I'm excited. You know, when you're doing the stream, we're looking at the fish and stuff. I'm excited to get off the stream and look at fish and film fish. Jesse said, what the hell, you didn't tell me you was coming up this way? This was another spur of the moment decision. Louise had asked me to come out and help her film some stuff, actually. So it was also like, she was like, yeah, it would be nice if you come help me film a couple things. And I hadn't set a time to do it, and then last night I was just like, oh, wait, actually, I'm actually free tomorrow. Like, you have time tomorrow? I'll drive down. So it was a total spur of the moment. Listen, man, it's how I live. What can I say? What can I say? It's how I live. You just never know. That's the thing. You never know when I'm going to stream. You never know where I'm going to stream. I have one more stream potentially planned for today. Maybe. I don't know. Ross Baltimore said, do these isopods molt? Yep, the isopods do indeed molt. They molt, what is it? Biphasic molting, I think is the word. They molt in halves. So they'll one half at a time. So if you ever see an isopod, one of the aquatic ones, running around and one half of it's a different color than the other half, it might have just molted and it hasn't shaken off the other half. And Putu, I did see you said you should have brought Luis some isopods. I did last time I came. I brought her some isopods. Come on, man. We're spreading the isopod agenda everywhere we go. You already know. Come on. I don't think I'm gonna have time today to film another fish room tour that I won't finish for 3 months. But I'm considering filming like a very simple, like maybe interview video, and just leave it at that. But if there's anything you guys want me to potentially have her talk about in like a video format, let me know. I might do that. I don't know. I might have time. Brian said I can't keep my kids alive. Brian, you stop having kids. Oh, you said they died twice now? What? Oh, isopods. That's a crazy typo, bro. You can't keep your isopods alive. Really? I thought you had mine and they were doing well for a while. Then again, you did put them in with a bunch of black worms, so. Ross said, I figured something was up. My batch is growing fast. Let's go, man. I told you. You should be getting babies soon. Look underneath them. The females have the pouch. The males are going to have noticeably bigger claws, and they'll get noticeably bigger too. They have a slightly different body shape, but the claws are the easiest thing. But they can reach sexual maturity in as quickly as 4 to 5 weeks. So the ones I gave you are already a little bit grown. So I'm telling you, man, I think you'll really like them. And if you get them going, live food culture for sure. Yeah, Jesse, that was an insane typo. Absolutely insane typo. I can't keep my kids alive, bro. Also, when it's like human kids, like that's like 9 months. That's a lot of investment. At least with some of the fish, it's like you have the fry. It's like 100. Maybe they can reach maturity in 3 months. You know, it's a little easier to try again. Like my kids died twice. Like I'm giving up. I'm sorry. I'm giving up. Yo, Steve said, "Hey, yo, hey, Big Steve, come on, guys. I wanna speculate on what fish I should get. Check. I'm putting again the link in the chat to Luis's online store. All of her stuff in the store is on there. So if there's anything you want me to look at, let me know. And then also, apparently, she said if you like put in the note that you bought something off the live stream, she'll refund you 15%. that this was not something I arranged ahead of time, so that was just Luis being nice. So if anyone uses that, there you go. But let's put a timeline on it. Like, don't be watching the replay like a week from now and try and get that off. Okay, well, we're not going to take advantage of the kindness, but within the next day or two, if you happen to order anything. It's kind of funny because I met Luis partly because we just happened to come across her store, and we're looking at her store on the stream, and then she was in the chat. So it's just kind of funny to be here and be like, yeah, let's go look at what's in the store. Let me know, because we were just doing what we always do, which is looking at people's lists of available fish, and that's what came up, So I think it's pretty cool. I also like just being able to sit here and look at all the fish. Now, I just need to get it set up so I can use my camera a bit easier and walk around with it, because then we could get some better shots. Like some stuff here I want to show you guys better. It's just hard with the phone. Erin said, I got to order, but ask her to... No, she said everything's online. Is there a stock list? I'm not seeing anything. You have to hit, like, the link. You click here to go to online shopping. There's a link in the chat. She has like several like shop now buttons you have to press, because she has 2 pages of like, before you order, know this. Let me see if this link directly to the store works, because I want to see what you guys... I'm just curious what you guys think are intriguing. Blackmine said there's some things missing. I did find when I was using it that there's some issues with the categories. Like some stuff I only saw when I went to the specific category. I mean, I need to mention that to her. But if you know what kind of thing you want me to look for that might not be on the list, she believes everything's on the website, so... I didn't see the DM you sent me with the order. Where'd you put that? I'm bringing fish back for some people. Oh, you want to see what the Anubias supernova looks like? Anubias supernova, okay. Oh my god, I haven't even thought about plants. Yeah, where would that be? There's plants everywhere in here. I like how you said in your message, hope you see this. Sent Luis a short list. Let me know what looks interesting. Okay. Well, the Adonis Tetra, that's interesting. What else is interesting? I mean, okay. Let's go on a mission here. I'll kind of look for the Anubias, but like also, I don't care. I don't care about the Anubias. I want to look at some fish. What the? These are some big fish. I'm not gonna lie. I still get like shocked when I see bigger fish in person. It does give more aquarium vibes. I'm not gonna lie. Axolotls. Oh man. Okay, so she's got this stuff in like dimmer lighting, but I really like this back room. This is what I wish my fish room looked like, honestly. Okay, but there's some interesting stuff back here, and don't tell her that I'm moving the light forward. But some of the stuff in the back seems to be oh, okay, that's a pretty sparkly Medaka. That's not bad. What are they calling that? There's like a billion. Look how many labels are here. It's because it's all small stuff. But that's not a bad sparkle. There's actually none at the top right now, but I don't know what percent lame coverage this is, but for me, I like the white Medaka the most, honestly. And I'm not being problematic, okay? I just do. They just stand out. And I don't know why the chat keeps going nuts. It keeps doing that. These autos, these RoboCop autos, is that what they are? These are pretty cool. If they really stay this size, like, I'm sorry, that's a cool fish. Cause the other autos, the Bumblebee ones, sorry, I wasn't even showing. The Bumblebee ones, they were even smaller than this. And last time I came, she had these. They looked about this size. Black Planet said the Adonis Tetra is the media. Okay, so this is what you guys are telling me. You're telling me the site's not easy enough. You don't want to read. You want me to just tell you what I think is cool. You want me to be the curator, like I know. Okay. Challenge accepted. All right, challenge accepted. First of all, these RoboCop auto sync lists. I honestly don't really know that much about autos, but like, are they one of the things that actually eat algae? I forget. All I know is these guys look like mini little plecos. They got like a black, white striping. I mean, that to me looks dope. I haven't seen them before. There's no picture for that. She uses common. Yeah, she does use a lot of common names. But in her defense, I have the lists. Some of the lists don't, like, she ordered these bettas, and they came in as betta and bellis. But like the list didn't list the Latin name. It just said Southern Betta. So sometimes it's not. But she did say she struggles saying the Latin names, so can't blame her. I think every store should have the Latin names, but you definitely got to make a common name up because people just want a food name. I'm telling you. Peppermint, blueberry, like it's going to sell better. Put the Latin name underneath. But she does have a lot of autos. Like, okay, so just right here we got RoboCops, which look really nice. Okay, and we'll get to the Adonis or anything else that doesn't have a photo. I'm just impressed that one person even has anything on a website when they have an in-person store. Okay, then these are the Zebra auto sync lists. Ross said AA Ron. Oh, I forgot to put us in a group text. Me, Aaron, and Ross. We need to do a stream. This is the Zebra auto sync list. I see one there. Don't know if that's your last one or not, but I see at least one. It does look pretty cool. It's a little bigger than the RoboCop, barely. Should we put it in the order? She'll take care of the rest. Yeah, so if you just send her, for people that I'm bringing fish back for, you can send me, it's like first name, last name, and I think email, and then she'll send an invoice, and you pay that, and I'll bring them back. Also, Captain, when you see this, let's judge the blueberry snail shell quality. Not looking too bad on these guys. I can't see the edges. That seems to be where the issues are. But these two look good. That's a nearite shell. I don't see any dead ones in here. That's like an empty shell. So snail's looking good. Then we got a third auto sync list. So you can tell. I feel like where the store has three. The stream is 3 shades of fish keeping. That's hilarious. I love that. I love that. Me, Aaron, and Ross, 3 shades of fish keeping. That'll go. Okay, Para Autosynclus carensis. And they almost look like the tiny little starlight plecos. I mean, they're not that black, but they are dark bodied and they got white spots. As you guys can see there. I don't know, man. They're pretty cool. Aaron said that's the name of the podcast. Let's do it. Well, it's all on you, man. Aaron's the least consistent person in the world. It's impossible to get him to do anything. We got the clown killies. We got, this is, can't really see, but this is a gold dwarf pleco. Gold spot dwarf pleco. Can't really see it, but it is small. I don't know how big that one gets either. So, see, in this situation, you guys tell me which one I need to come back to when we research more, because right now we're just saying what looks interesting. Yeah, Ross did tell me that when I was there. The Zebra auto kind of looks the coolest to me, but I think that's, I think it's just because it's bigger, I can see the pattern better. I like the colors on the RoboCop auto better, actually. But I think she said there's some Elisoma in here. I don't see him. Fresh Indian freshwater candy prawn. I don't see any actually in there. Yeah. She's got everything planted. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Anubias. Okay, we got some Maltese. We got, which one is this? I want to say one of those got to be the Frontosa, right? And then is that the Callichromis melanus stigma. Gold red eye callow. That kind of is what that looks like. Are the Tenacara Candidi sexable? If she still has them. She said she got a bunch of online orders today, so I gotta double check. But if she still has them, they're sexable. I got a pair. Here are the, I got a pair of these. They're pretty cool. These are the Wild Betta, the 4-She Ninjas. And this is the male. And they get super black. Mummy's pretty black right now. There's a little bit of that botanical tint, but they're super black, and they got like a blue spot on the gill plate. And they got blue eyes, like a copper spot on the gill plate right now and blue eyes. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see. There you go. Ross said, hey, Big Steve, you're coming to CCA meeting November 8th. You go to CCA, Ross? I'm sad I missed that last CCA meeting. That sounded like a very worthwhile auction to go to. What is this? Oh, this is a not for sale. Okay, this must be one of like the something weird with this fish type thing or something. Not for sale, cause maybe this is like the surrender tank. Oh, we got an eel. Half-banded eel, max 8-inch. Well, that looks like a fat little eel. It's just sitting here. It's sitting here out in the open. This guy's like half buried. I thought he was dead for a second. I saw him breathing. Steve said I could definitely try, but wanting to make CCA. Oh, there's another one. There's quite a few of these in here. 25 for the eel, not bad. I mean, it says max 8-inch. I don't know much about this one. Hey, morning, Beto. Beto, take a look. If you want me to look at any fish that's on Luis's site, let me know. I'm looking for things that are interesting to me. These are actually kind of interesting. They look healthy. Also, like they're just out here, like not hiding, which I think is kind of interesting. How about vampire crabs? Let me see which one she still has. We'll go look for vampire crabs. I was kind of staying back here because she had the cousin. Also, I need to get escaping material. A couple fish. If you ever see this, I'll send you some photos before I leave, but I need to get escaping materials for escaping stream coming up. Dude, don't you guys love these? Look at this. This is a cute tank, man. This would be the ultimate fry tray setup. Just a bunch of these 1.5s. I'm like, seriously. I'm gonna have to buy this tank, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. I fucking love this. Also, I like how she's put, and I don't want to sound like I'm glazing too much. Like, I'm always going to give credit where credit's due. Obviously, Luis has been very nice to me, but, like, I just really like how she, like, has the tank here. She's got, like, just the hardscape in there. It's, like, you know, it's an example, but, like, there's just, like, a lot of details in the store. Like, I like the stuff on the wall. I like, you know, the Halloween decoration. Just everything seems very thoughtful. I mean, I've been here twice. I wouldn't have driven this far and come back if she hadn't asked me particularly to help her with something, because I hate driving. But, you know, now that I'm here, it feels very worth it. Okay, you got it. I might have to pick up some of these already broken half. Yeah, two bucks. Yeah, why not? I always look for these. For some reason, my Home Depot like doesn't have the terracotta pots. Dave's Rare Fish Group Buy for, Dave's Rare Fish. Does he still have the, is it the Subsalatus Pelvicochromis that I'm looking for? I feel like there's some rocks in here. Okay, we need to go back to looking for fish, but there's a rock in here I liked last time. Not the pagoda stone does look kind of cool. That does look kind of cool. It was some kind of like rainbow rock situation, but now I don't see it. She must have sold it. No, we actually got red root floaters in here. Okay, actually, there's not the red root floaters. Let's see, House of Tropicals does usually have them. I forget. No, CTE doesn't have them. I'm trying to think. It's definitely not like an every store thing. Okay, we're on the hunt. So we're looking for this Anubius, and then we're looking for, what was it? Ooh, what are these? Oh, melon barbs. These guys look pretty cool. They do look equally as jumpy as the banded barbs can be sometimes. I scared them walking up with the laptop and phone. Let me back up a second. Yeah. Okay, that worked. Backing up worked. Just need some space. They caught my eye because even from a distance, look at that contrast. Holy. Holy. How much is that? It's $9? That's not bad. That's the same as the bandits. Beto said I'd be interested in the golden pearls. Okay, and the vampire crabs. Yeah, I've actually used it. So she's got her food. So this is I've talked about this. She's white labeling food. And if you went to the Clash, I guarantee you saw a table that had very similar packaging because a lot of people use this place. But she's got some wafers and then, yeah, got golden pearls here, which I have used, and they worked great. I'll probably leave with some food. I used the medicated flakes on my problem tank. It's too soon to tell if it's made a difference, but I do like having this stuff in here. All right. Vampire crab. So we have Aquarium Ave, all right? And I like all the rimless tanks. UNS needs to like send her like a billion tanks. I feel like I never wanted a fancy rimless tank as much as when I walk in the store and just see, like I was talking about that shallow one over there. Like that one would be a great fry tray, but also this tank, this is a very appealing, form factor. And she's got black tiger batis in there, so it's just cool. And I guess these are actually live plants. Yeah, I got the Buse. Is that Buse? Yeah, that's Buse, right? Look at me knowing things. And what's this? Wait. I want to say, is that like a creeping Charlie type situation? Or is it a money? I forget what this is called. You guys tell me. That's my guess. Oh, whoa. What's going on over here? Bro, I keep getting distracted. I'm supposed to be finding stuff for you guys. Okay. It's fine. You guys like when I get distracted. Let's be honest. Okay. Vampire crabs. I think there's some any brine shrimp eggs? Nope, no brine shrimp eggs for Aaron. Sorry, Aaron. Oh, couple fish. I'm sleepy. He's here. You gotta tell me what I need for scape. Oh, these are pretty nice yellow shrimp. What the hell? Yo, I might have to buy some of these yellow shrimp. My yellow shrimp kind of look okay, but the coverage on these guys of the like more powdery yellow color. Now these I would call the 24 karat gold type thing. Man, my shrimp are poverty shrimp compared. Now take them out. Why are the orange shrimp in with them? Take them out. The micro crabs are supposed to be in here. I see some crab shaped things. I can't tell if they're bodies or if they're molts. That's a fish, micro rasbora, max 0.7 inches. Oh my god, that is a small fish. Okay. Right, I was looking for vampire crabs. I keep getting, well, look at the yellow, this yellow compared to this yellow. Oh my god. Okay, the cherry shrimp look pretty good. Yeah, what I was saying for you, couple fish, you're supposed to be telling me what I need for aquascaping. Okay. So we're aquascaping the hiker all-in-one. Okay, this tank says red claw crabs. I don't see any though. This one says purple vampire crabs. But she gave them an environment. Also, look at the lid. She's got the lid totally covered. I'm not gonna mess around there. Oh my gosh, look at all this samurai sword. My goodness. Isn't like it's like 5 a.m. in Alaska where you're at or something? Okay. Vampire shrimp. That's not a vampire crab. It's a cool looking pleco. Okay. Okay. There's vampire crabs over here. Hold up. Ah. Okay, here we got a cherry vampire crab here. Look at that guy. This cute little box.
It's a girl. It's a girl. Well, a girl it is. The gentleman that's here is actually pretty Kansas. He said he does have some bigger ones at home, so if you want, I can bring in a 6-pack.
Okay. Tomato vampire crabs in here. I was like looking for it for a second. Okay, so we got, one cherry vampire crab, 2 tomato, and there seems to be 2 of them in there. We got zebra isopods, we got rubber duckies, we got dairy cows, powder blues. Whoa, God. The roaches.
Cystic pandas that are down here, he bred those guys for me.
All right, let me get out the way of the people shopping in the store real quick. Okay. So, while we're pausing, because I don't want to be having a live stream while people are trying to just buy fish. I'm trying to think what aquascaping supplies that we should get for the aquascaping stream. Now, I do feel like these tree trunks are like the cheat code. I'm not gonna lie. I do feel like this is the cheat code. SVC, this was the key to his success. Just put it to beating me in the competition. Just get a tree trunk, throw it in there. Yeah. But I don't know. There's some bigger spiderwood pieces. You know what I mean? I mean that could be something minimalistic. Yeah, just imagine there's a tank in the rest of that space. If you don't buy those mini tree trunks, I will. Oh my God. There's so many mini tree trunks. I kind of like these large grapevine caves. They're expensive, but these are very appealing. And it feels very solid. Honestly, I don't look at hardscape that much, so me not having seen it doesn't mean much, but I haven't really noticed the grapevine roots before. All right. Betta smedgrina. Okay. Let me look that up. I don't think grapevine works in aquariums. Oh, is that like probably a paludarium thing then? That makes sense. Because she does cater to both, it seems, so. Well, glad I have Big Steve in here. Okay, let me look up what that betta is. The mini tree trunks will go perfectly in the low boy. Apparently they go perfectly everywhere. I'm gonna have to find that betta. There's some customers in right now, so I don't want to be out there in their way, because they're kind of looking in the area where I'd look. So, yeah. Might be in trouble. Okay, we're looking for the betta. We're looking, okay, shell dwellers. This is the betta 4she. All right. Confirm on that, but yeah, the grapevine is usually reptiles and birds. Luis, where's the betta smedgarina? Like, I think emerald green betta, maybe?
Top tank, where the hatchets are, that rimless.
Okay.
Left.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Running around in there.
All right, Steve.
I'm sorry.
All right. I see them in here. See the hatchet fish. See the hatchet fish.
You were talking about the drinks, right?
I think so. Maybe.
I lost my female, so the male's in there, and I believe there's a juvenile female in there.
Yep.
And then there's an unknown in there.
Okay.
It's still growing out. I haven't been able to determine yet.
Did they come in, or did they just have babies in there?
I'm sorry?
Did they have babies in there? Or they?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
that's
Okay.
why I lost the female.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then the pink pearls are in the
I don't know.
line down on the bottom to your right, where your right foot is.
Gotcha.
And then you know where the pumpkins are.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, actually, I don't know. These are, I think this is not embellis. The I forget what betta this is, but I don't think it's the one you're saying. It is pretty though. I'm getting a lot of glare. Grapevine, usually reptile and birds. I didn't even think about birds. There's this other betta I think is down here that I saw last time that was kind of interesting. But let me see. Albino spotted hoplo. Is this the one that had the betta? Yeah, I think so. I lost my phone though. All right. In the Discord, I'll keep posting photos of things you guys want me to find in here. But as customers are coming in, I need to get to actually work filming what I came here to film. We actually never even planned to stream, so it's kind of a bonus. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. But hey, maybe we'll do a virtual thing with Luis sometime. So if you have any questions for her, put it in the Discord or in the comments while I'm still here or whatever. We'll get her to answer them. And I appreciate you guys hanging out in the early morning. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Come on, come on. Hardest work, and don't be a stranger, okay? Yeah, so for people near me, send your orders in. A couple fish, I'll send you some of the aquascaping options. You can rewind. What's the Canacia Kili look like? That's actually in the thumbnail. That one's actually in the thumbnail. If you go back in the stream, we looked at it. I'll post a photo of that in the Discord too, because I got a photo. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm heading freaking out. Appreciate you guys. Take it easy. And just have a good time. Have a good time, and I'll see you sometime soon, hopefully, okay? So, that being said, in my tanks,